I'm so excited to bring you guys back here to Hot Bites with LX Seth and Brando. And today we have some very exciting guests here. And I need you to click on that subscribe button because it's the only way we make money. And you know, Brando likes a lot of money. He's that sort of guy. I do it for Mahala. I don't know. It's one of those things. But today we have a very exciting duo with us. And we're going to be discussing something that's very important, especially to young women, even men. And it's called acne. And I've got here two very exciting people. I have Aishwarya and Christine, like the car. If anyone's watched, if you've watched a horror movie, you know what I'm talking about. Guys, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
You know, I was with you the other day because you own an aesthetic clinic.
Yeah.
And you're all about beauty and you're all about beauty inside and out, right? I mean, that's the sort of thing that, and we started talking about acne and I started to think to myself, it's probably something that doesn't get talked about enough. Yeah. It's something that needs to be, there needs to be some awareness around it, especially for young women going through it, because it affects them. You know, they start to look at themselves in the mirror, they start to compare themselves to other people. I mean, what's your journey with it? And if you can tell me a little about that.
I think with acne, it causes a lot of insecurities with people.
Yeah.
It's the first thing that you see is your face when you meet somebody. So it can really affect your mental state and your entire personality changes.
Yeah.
Based on acne.
Wow. And if I know Christine, anything about you, you've been through the process, so you know exactly what she's talking about. Can you take us, okay? Can you take us a little bit through that? I mean.
Yeah, so just to echo what Aishwarya just said, it causes a lot of insecurities. It affects more than just one area in your life. It affects going out, socializing with people. It really affects your mental health as well.
Yeah.
It causes a lot of social anxiety because you're too embarrassed to go out and show your face in public. Yeah, so it really messes with you mentally and emotionally.
Now, are you nervous? Because I feel a tad bit of nerves here. Are you nervous?
A little bit.
But you guys are always in front of the camera. What is this nerves thing? What is this nerves thing? Guys, if you know anything about our show, what we do here is we talk to interesting people and then we make them eat ridiculously hot chicken strips. And as you guys know, we've had a lot of celebrities in here. We have perfected our formula, haven't we, Brandon?
Yeah.
We started off with something and now I think we are at that point where it really is hot bites. Huh? And I'm a little scared.
This is be a kicker.
I'm a little scared.
Yeah, because I don't eat hot food, so.
But you Indian. What is this? What is Indian people not eating hot food? We just had Travis here and he was a pro. So I think there's a little bit of something going on where white people are Indian people are white.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on here. There's something we need to look into. This is a social experiment, Brando. We may be onto something here. I'm not sure. But Brando's got the same thing, and obviously you've got the same. You can't see her plate because it looked a little bit messy, but we're all going to have it. But before we get on to the BAM, and as you can see, we've got BAM, mild hot, extra hot, and the BAM.
Oh, that's the hottest.
You guys, I hope you like to sweat.
No, who likes to sweat?
Yeah, exactly. I'm a skincare professional. That's not going to work with me.
I need to get different guests next time. Okay, so let's get into it. Aishwarya, can you tell me a little bit about your background? I know we've done a business feature on you, but just for the sake of people watching this show, where do you come from? How did you get into the beauty game?
Okay, so skincare was something, like I think I spoke about this before. It's something I always took interest in. And then once I started realizing how it affected people's lives, how it dims down our personality. So I started obviously doing more research. I studied dermatology. And then there's so much more to learn. The learning never ends with it. So it's a continuous journey. Every time you meet somebody, everybody's concerns are so different. So you're always learning about each person's specific concerns and how it actually affects their lives. So it's something that I can't say I've stopped learning about. The process still goes on.
Do you find when you are kind of working on someone and working on their skin and stuff, you're almost like a therapist?
Yes, I do. I do feel that way.
Take me through that process. I mean, you've got to have a lot of emotional intelligence to do it, and there's got to be a lot of empathy when working with something like that, because that person is coming to you hoping that you can save them in some way, right?
I think it's also about being very calm in situation, having to explain everything in detail to people. It gives them that sense of comfort. So that's very important. It's giving that comfort to somebody, allowing them to be kind of allowing you to have that control over their skin. So you have to be calm. You have to analyze the situation, analyze their concerns, and you kind of have to explain everything so that they understand properly and then take them through the journey with you.
And from what I understand, you helped Christine get over a bad phase in her life with her skin.
Yes.
By basically doing the magic that you do in your theater. Can I call it a theater?
Yeah.
Sort of thing. And you guys have become close because of it. You think that process of offering her hope in that sense have made you closer? And Christine, I'll let you answer that as well.
Yeah, it definitely has.
And how long have you spent together?
It's a very personal connection. So yeah, I think it's also helping her with her insecurities and making her feel more confident in her skin. So that obviously brought us together much more.
And Christine, when was the first time you noticed that something was happening to your skin? Was it puberty? Was it something you always had? You take me through that journey.
So I actually started to get acne from a very young age. I was in high school.
Wow.
I started at like 15 years old. It was the most horrible thing because you're in this high school environment where people are not afraid to point out your flaws and make you feel really bad about it. So it started from a very young age.
Because kids can be cruel, right?
They can be very cruel. It crushed my confidence since high school. It was absolutely traumatizing as a young girl to go through that. So that was something I experienced at a very young age. And it was an on and off process. My skin would be clear for a year and then it would flare up again until it was prior to lockdown when I spoke to Aishwarya, and then I decided to go through with my treatment with her. And ever since then, I haven't had a flare up again afterwards. So it's been going
For those
on.
who don't understand, can you take us through what a flare-up is?
So a flare-up is where you've done something to treat your skin and your skin's clear afterwards and your skin's normal, like a normal person's skin. And then all of a sudden you have this bad breakout. So it can be at any part of your face, but it's very noticeable. You cannot cover it up with makeup. You can't really go out because people will notice it. And like I said, people are very quick to point out your flaws to you.
Very brutal, yeah.
And does it hurt? Is it painful? Is it like a cyst? What? I'm asking. I'm sorry, but I just need the education.
It's good that you're asking. So Aishwarya, obviously, she knows the correct terminology and stuff because she's educated in this. But from what I know from my own experience, if you have cystic acne, it is very painful.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I also used to get this sort of flare-up where my skin would be extremely itchy and I wouldn't know why. I wouldn't know what was causing it. So it's more like an allergy, like, like when you flare up with an allergy. Yeah, it was horrible. So it can vary from painful to itchy, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, what is the correct terminology?
I think with different people's skin, they have different types of reactions. So hers is obviously food related. She is
sensitivity.
Yeah, she has.
So it is an allergic reaction.
Yeah, it is. Some people have different reactions with their hormone levels. So that's where certain types of cystic acne comes in. So it can be a mix of things. It can be food related, stress related, anxiety, your hormonal imbalances. All of those things affect your skin. So it'll all show up very differently on your skin.
Wow, Brando, did you know any of that? That's kind of amazing. And with that, let's go into our first bite.
I'm a bit nervous.
Are you a bit nervous?
But that's not so bad.
Just remember what your folks are. You are orange.
Okay.
You are...
Why does mine look bigger than yours?
Yeah. This is a big piece.
I was going to say something. I said this is going to be it. And, because I just did one, and if I eat any more chicken, I'll be looking like a chicken. So guys, this is called the BAM. It's the mildest one.
Okay.
Tell us what you think. Brando?
This is the tasty one.
The tasty one, yeah.
It's nice.
It is nice, right? It's a nice way. I cooked it myself.
I'm sure.
Look at me. I did. Just remember what your folks are. I woke up at 4 a.m. to make these sauces, and it's got a little bit of kick.
A little bit of spice, I was going to say that.
Slightly.
Even though it's mild.
Tell me something. When you're in school and you have these skin problems, and look, I've also had some skin problems, I told you. When I was young, I had like rashes on my face and that sort of thing. And I know how every time you look in the mirror, it's there to remind you. I was going to use the word failure, but that's not what it is. It's remind you of your insecurities that, you're going to go out and people are going to see your face like that. Except for going to Aishwarya, what are the other things that you needed to do internally? Because all of this is external.
Yeah.
And how do you make yourself stronger to say, look, it doesn't matter what people say. I'm just going to go out and be me.
I think one of the things that helped me is social media, which sounds weird to say because social media is the place where you compare yourself to these people that have unrealistic standards. You can never look like them. But there's so many influencers out there that actually advocate for acne-prone skin, and they are not afraid to show you what their skin looks like. They're not afraid to show you what real skin with real texture looks like. So for me, finding people that I could relate with and seeing their stories and about their journeys and them telling you that, you know what, there's life beyond this. Your life does not end with acne. And seeing these successful people and how well they're doing in their lives and not letting acne stop them from going out and achieving their dreams, that really helped me. That really, really helped me. And obviously surrounding myself with people that could speak to me and get through to me and tell me, you know what, this is not all there is to you. Acne is not all there is to you. There's more to life.
Someone comes to you with a acne problem. What's the first step in that process to get them?
Analyzing what actually caused. So during a consult, that's really important for me. I think it's getting down to what's causing the issues, because like I said, everyone's different. It could be related to maybe the sun, their hormone levels. There's so many factors. So
so there's many variables. So how do you, as now an aesthetic professional, narrow it down to say it could be allergies, so it could be hormonal? How do you get to that point?
So during the consult, there's a lot of questions that I would ask based on what you're using, if you have any allergic reactions to certain medication, foods, all of those things. And I think how I figure it out is based on what type of breakouts, how it actually looks, and then which parts of the face it is on. And then questions related to their lifestyle based on those things and the areas that it's found on. Yeah. So that's how I kind of find my conclusion to it. And then I can put together a treatment plan for them.
Have you ever seen someone where it was so bad you went, oh?
No.
And are you honest with your patient to say, look, I can kind of treat it, but I can never take away certain things?
100%. So with a lot of clients with a specific type of pigmentation, which is called melasma, it's also related to your hormones. That is something that happens from the inside. I can treat that, but I can't get rid of it completely because it's happening from inside. Yeah. I have to be honest with them because they have to be aware of what I'm going to do. There's no false hope in the situation. Even with breakouts and acne, if it's really, really severe, then the last route to fixing the issue would be medication. And that's why I have the doctor.
You're going to say plastic surgery?
No. That's never. You should never.
I'm just going to leave. Get another. Brenda, you take over. So it would be a medical thing.
Yeah, medical. Right. That's when Dr. Sirini comes in.
Okay, all right. And she starts to come in and give diagnose prescription drugs.
That's obviously if I'm unable to help in the situation. There are cases where I'm unable to fix certain things. So the last step would be medication. Obviously.
Well, it's interesting that we talk about that because you're an aesthetic professional, but not necessarily a doctor. But your institution actually offers the service where you'll have an in-house doctor. Yes. So you'll holistically can kind of capture all of that. Can you take us through your partner and her role in the business?
So she's basically a medical practitioner and she's also an aesthetic doctor. So she does all the aesthetic treatments like your fillers, your Botox. Slowly she's going to be introducing something called threads, which helps to naturally lift the face.
I've seen that. They put it in, they put it in and it starts to do its own thing.
Yeah. So that's
not
something.
That I need it.
You never know.
She said, you never know, Brenda. Brenda, next time just vet these guests. These guests are the Alex Seth fans. Rando, by PM, I need to. No, but yeah, I've seen the.
Yeah.
Do you get excited with new technology and the exponential rate of it? I mean, because I kind of see it and I kind of think we're gonna live forever at one point. You know?
I do get excited about it, but I don't get easily manipulated by certain things because there's a lot of things on the market that don't actually work.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. You have to do your research, I guess. You have to do your research and have the knowledge behind it.
Do you ever get medical reps coming to you and saying, "Look, this doesn't work, but can you push it for me"?
No one's gonna ever. One's gonna ever say that.
To you or other people? Because I know you are.
What do you mean?
You're quick to tell people that. But is it such a thing? Like do you have people coming and pushing a product that not necessarily works, but they tell people, can you market it as if it does work?
You get a lot of people that do that.
Yeah.
But personally, I like to do my checks on the ingredients and all of those things. And if I'm happy with it, then yes, I'm happy to stock it. But in some cases,
I love that you go and you research what's in it.
That's very important.
Because your brand is everything, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
what you sell to your clients is your brand.
Yeah, and what you put on is very important as well.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, I would never want somebody to come back and say they've gotten burnt with certain things.
Wow.
So and I think with skin of color, it's very, very tricky. So we burn very easily, from experience.
Yeah. We don't go in the sun.
No, you need to live. You have to go in the sun with sunblock. But
like
you
now,
make
we
sure.
will probably go to the beach now because it's whatever the sun was out.
Telling me we'll
Like Brando will go
By
pink.
the way,
I'm gonna go black.
you can still burn in this weather. Just letting you know.
Wow, we're doing some education.
Yeah.
And with that, do you all remember who's yellow?
I'm yellow.
Christine.
Why are my wings so big?
There we go. Well, this is yours.
Yeah, the
Orange.
orange one.
This is the mild.
Mild.
Well, that's what I think it is.
I hope you didn't mix them up.
This is quite nice. Very tomatoey. There's a mild one.
It's much more sweeter.
It's sweet, right? What you'll find is every single one tastes different. So it's one of those things. So yeah, tell me something. It's quite a personal question. If you don't want to answer it, that's fine. I'll ask you the same thing as well. What's the darkest day in your life?
Why are you always asking me questions when I still have food in my mouth?
Then let's. You finished your.
Yeah, I can talk.
Okay. What's been the darkest day in your life?
I think it was trying to figure my way out during COVID.
Wow.
Especially with the business. That was a very dark time because I was just I started something and I was still trying to find my feet. And then all of a sudden, COVID came and then I didn't know what to do. So.
Like most businesses. It's done, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit. That one grows.
Gave me a bit
that
of
one
a
grows
kick.
on you.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, hey.
Yeah.
I can taste. You're fine. That's tomato sauce, and it's like, hello.
Yeah. It hit me at the back of my throat now.
I think during COVID, a lot of people actually were going through the same sort of depressions and anxieties.
Yeah.
And as a business owner, like a young entrepreneur as yourself, it must have really taken its toll on you. Especially someone who's just started a business, laid all that money out.
Yeah.
And now where do you go to find solace in a time like that?
I think I mentioned this before.
Well, you didn't mention it here.
my happy place is the ocean.
Yeah, I did remember you saying that.
So I always go there for like comfort. Even like during my lunch breaks at work, that's my go-to place.
Really?
After work for walks, even like a jog or run, I would always go there. And that's all like when all my thoughts and my ideas come to mind.
What do you think is so significant about the ocean for you?
It's just very peaceful and calming. So, yeah.
Do you think that your life is so busy and your life is filled with so much of, with so much to do that sometimes people need to get out and have that fresh air and just kind of think from, and I'm sure you do it alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the purpose if you go with someone who's yapping in your ear.
Yeah, I think it's important that you go alone.
Yeah.
Because you need that peace. You need that time to think to yourself. Like, you need all those thoughts to come to light in your mind, and yeah.
As a young female entrepreneur, what keeps you going? Especially with the difficulties we have here. There's so many things like load shedding, the economy, the lack of funding, all of those. What keeps you going?
I think it's support from people closest to you.
But do you think it's innate? Do you think it's something you're born with? Like it's something that you kind of like you've always had in you to do it yourself and kind of.
Definitely. I always felt that I needed to have control over a situation.
Yeah.
I love having control over it. Yeah, so for me, that's really important. So I think that's really important for me. I think it's something that I did have in me.
No, I think that's great. And I think that in order to run a business and be successful in a business, there needs to be that sort of drive and ambition and that sort of you can almost see the end. You can almost vision.
You always wanted to reach for more.
Yeah. You're in constant evolution. Finish it.
Yes, all done.
What has been your darkest moment?
I think this is like the complete opposite of Aishwarya's. Mine was prior to COVID. So it was the moment just before COVID hit us and we went into lockdown.
Sure.
So I lost a loved one. I lost a loved one, and I really watched her suffer before she passed on. It was pretty hard on me because I was really close to her. And also dealing with campus, I'm an engineering student, so dealing with campus, having an acne flare up during that time, suffering with migraines, which is an effect of the acne in a way, because
it's a correlation of the stress and the anxiety.
Yeah, everything has like a ripple effect.
Yeah.
So the acne made me feel insecure, made me stressed out. My studies contributed to me being stressed out. That messed up my entire gut, which in turn made my acne worse. And I started suffering with migraines. I was having the worst social anxiety. I became so distant from everyone I was close to. I just withdrew myself. I was completely withdrawn. And going through the grief of losing someone you love at that time, all of it hit me at once. And COVID was actually like a savior to me. So for most people, where it might have been like the worst thing ever, for me it was the complete opposite.
Did your classes go online?
Yes, but only after a while. So I was in dire need of a break from my studies, and COVID provided me with just that. At the right time. I couldn't say it came at any better time than when I needed it at that moment. So it really helped me.
Wow. It's amazing how the universe sometimes pushes people into different places with the same circumstance. I think that's kind of amazing. Where did you find solace during that time? I mean, what was your satisfaction point when you're dealing with so much? And how do you deal with the grief? Anyone who's out there going through something, and it's a totally different topic to the acne. How do you deal with that? And how did you deal with it?
So dealing with the loss of a loved one, I think for me it was different. It was more of a religious perspective than anything else, knowing that that person's gone to a better place, there's no suffering there. And watching that person suffer before they could die, I accepted the fact that they were in a better place, they were no longer suffering, so I needed to let go. Yes, before I could come to terms with that, it was a different story, because I was, like I said, I was completely withdrawn before I could accept that fact. I didn't want to hear anyone speaking about her, mentioning her. I just wanted to block it out completely. But that was the wrong way to go about dealing with it. So
there's no right way.
Yeah, I guess there is no right way
to life.
Yes, especially when it comes to grief.
Yeah, you just deal with it in your own way.
It's one day at a time. You take things as they go.
What do I always say? Change is a process, not an event.
Yeah.
My number one thing I say. But I'm thank you for sharing that. I think it's quite important to hear all of those things and all those perspectives. And with that, let me give you more grief.
Oh my god! The spice levels just.
This is actually a really tasty one.
Oh, I hope.
It is hot, but it's not that hot.
Okay.
Like, look at this. And I have nice size pieces.
I felt
it's so tiny.
I know you're a model, and I thought you needed to eat. A long time ago, I was a model, and God knows I needed to eat. So here we go. It's a nice one. Brenda?
Not bad.
Are you okay?
It's not. It's not. Oh wow. Okay. I always go. It's not hot, and then it's like a slow burn. It hit me in the back.
It wasn't feeling spicy until a few
it's like,
seconds.
Hello. This one was like, hello. Yeah. So, have you become an advocate now? I'm sorry. Very slowly sleeping. Very slow eating this one, yeah? So, boys, you have a boyfriend.
Yes.
What's his name?
Shaylin.
Shaylin. When you go out to dinner with this girl, it must take 5 hours. It takes 5 hours for her to chew that food. Restaurant's closing, like, can you leave? Can you leave? Chop chop. Anyway. In terms of you and your skin, where are you now? I mean, you can finish up chewing. But Aishwarya, maybe you as a therapist, where is her skin now, and is there more work that needs to be done? Because we'll post up the before and after pictures, Brenda.
Okay.
And can you take me through her journey?
Okay, so with her skin, it was quite a journey, especially with all her allergies and the sensitivity.
What was the duration of that journey, if you don't mind?
It was about 11 months.
Wow.
Yeah, so almost a year.
Yeah.
11 months to be exact. So
does she see you weekly, monthly, every?
she used to see me twice a month.
Twice a yeah.
Yeah, twice a month. So every 2 weeks. And then we used to start off with certain treatments to decongest from the inside, and then thereafter treat topically. So I always tell people sometimes in these skin situations, the skin will get worse before it gets better.
Wow.
And that was.
Can you explain that to us just a little bit?
So I think it's more about detoxing the skin. In her situation, we were trying to detox from the inside because it was a lot of internal issues that were creating the breakouts. So we needed to detox first, bring everything up to the surface, and then treat from the top of the skin. And that's what it is with dermatology. It's always treating topically because obviously we're not allowed to diagnose and so on.
So you were doing internally and externally?
Yeah, so obviously she had to correct her diet on certain things. That's very important. So she corrected her diet, stayed away from things that she was sensitive to, and then that's where her topical treatment worked much better.
So in terms of that, what was the change in diet? Was it difficult to move over?
It was really difficult because I had to stay away from most things, I would say. Because I have a dairy sensitivity.
Which you didn't know before? Or
I didn't know prior to that. I have a gluten sensitivity.
Wow.
So like simple things like I love cake, I love desserts. So staying away from baked stuff.
Yeah.
And switching over from dairy milk to dairy-free milk, and just like being overly cautious with certain things that I would eat before, and now I have to be like, no, wait, you cannot have this anymore. So yeah, it was kind of difficult at first, but now it's become a way of life. I'd say.
You adapt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, right. So she changes her diet, and then.
Yeah. So like I was saying, it's just like a process of how you're going to treat the skin. So everyone's journey was different. Her journey in specific was a whole list of treatments where we detoxed from the inside with her diet change, but also with treatments. And then afterwards, we would do your specialized skincare, like your chemical peels, your microneedling. So she was previously on medication before, you and Rakuten, right? So she was on medication. So sometimes with strong medication, it does affect your skin where it dries out your skin quite a bit. So when you're treating acne in specific, it treats the problem, like I can treat it even with the medication itself, but then it does create pretty scarring afterwards. So each step of her journey was a different treatment. I would treat topically to stop the breakouts and the congestion, decongest the skin, bring down the inflammation and the redness of those breakouts, and then treat it with something called microneedling.
Wow.
And then microneedling is something where it heals and repairs the skin. So we're trying to tighten.
What is that process?
Like the microneedling itself.
Yeah.
So it's basically a 12-pin needle that we use. It's but we do numb the skin in
Not
some
mine.
cases, except hers.
Brenda for some mic. Why did you like the pain?
She did.
I think
Do you have tattoos?
yes, I do. I have two.
So it's similar.
yeah,
Is it similar?
it's a satisfying pain, I'd say.
I think because she knows it's doing something. Yeah, she knows it's doing
I know
something.
I'm achieving results. With
Yeah,
it. I'm very results driven.
Okay.
Yeah, so with the microneedling, it triggers your natural body's response, pretending as if it's caused injury to the skin, and it allows healthy nutrients and blood cells to start rushing to the surface, start healing and repairing from the inside. So it's basically like triggering injury to the skin, creating little micro tears. So it triggers the healing of the skin. You do require downtime after, where your skin gets really dry, you get very flaky afterwards.
How long is the downtime?
About 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how.
2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah, but it's different for everyone. Not everybody's skin will peel. It's based on the size and the depth of the needle that we use.
But the way you're describing it, it sounds quite heavy.
It's,
Invasive.
Is that
yeah,
still,
it is.
Is that still a word? Is that your kid's still using that word? Heavy. It's still a word, right? Heavy. I know the lingo. I know all of it. Yeah. Okay.
It is. It's one of the most, I think, intense treatments. It does require downtime. So you have to allow your skin to heal where you can't use makeup, all of those things. You have to stay away from certain active ingredients during that time. So your skin feels very dry.
Okay. All right. Wow. That sounds heavy. Now let's talk about, because it's something I need to bring up. Let's talk about money for a second, right? I mean, is it costly?
It is a costly treatment, but I try to keep it as affordable as possible because everyone wants to treat the skin. I'm not just targeting one specific market. Everyone wants to feel and look good. So I try to keep it within people's budgets. And during a consultation, I would always ask them if they have a specific budget that they want to work with.
And then you tailor make it.
Yeah, I tailor make it so it suits their needs. Even with their skincare products, once I customize their routine with their products, based on what their budget is for that, I would pick and choose what's most important for them to start off with and then carry on with their treatment.
So your ethos is your clients come first.
Definitely.
I mean that's a great. I mean, there's a lot of people out, and let's be honest, right? There's a lot of people, there's a lot of professionals out there. You go and they do what's best for their pocket,
Yes.
and not what's really best for the client. And, you know, it's everywhere. It's in all professions, not just one.
Yeah, I guess
so it's
with
really
any
refreshing
business
to
it
hear.
is that way, yeah.
You know, but are you saying you don't make any money there?
No.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Let's have another one.
Oh gosh.
Let's have another one. You know,
That one doesn't look that hot, but I'll be surprised.
I'll tell you guys a little
Your one is
something.
also
So I came and I said, I'm gonna feed Christine, and she goes, no. And I said, how do you think I'm gonna feed her? Like, train is coming. Like, no, I'm gonna give it to her, right? Like, she's like very protective. You guys that close.
We're best friends.
Yeah,
You're
we're
best friends.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd say sisters, actually.
Yeah.
And that all came through the treatment process. Y'all didn't know each other beforehand.
We were
Okay.
friends before that.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet?
So we were in the same high school, but not the same year.
Yeah.
And she
Wow.
was very close to my older sister.
Christiane.
So that's how we met and became acquainted, and then we became very close.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I eat. I'm a feeder. Y'all can see. I like to feed. What you laughing about there, Brenda? Brenda's laughing about that. How is that one? That's not bad.
This is fine, yeah.
That was like a peri-peri.
This one is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It's tasty.
How's the actual wings, though, guys? I mean, saying wings. How's the actual strips?
It was nice.
It's nice.
Very
It would have been better if you were
Very
here on time. Would
Yeah.
would have been hot.
Oh.
Hot bites. But now it's cold bites with Alex and the Just, I think we need to change it there. Cold bites with Alex
Cold
and
and spicy.
Cold and spicy bites.
This one
with
has
Alex
a
and
little bit of extra spice.
Just wait, you're gonna die in the next one. We're all gonna die.
I
We're
don't
all
eat any hot food,
going
so this is
to
bad.
die.
This is the Bam Bam.
It's the Bam Bam, and that's quite. And no one's grabbed the milk yet. The whole day, no one's grabbed the milk. I'm very proud of everyone.
I can't drink milk, so.
You get we've got some almond milk. Are you?
Yes, that
Would
would be
you?
perfect.
Okay. Brenda, just do you guys want blankets?
No,
Do you,
no.
Are you sure? Because we've got some throws somewhere. Brenda
It's very
organized some
cozy.
throws. You sure? Okay. All right. When guests come, this is like the oyster box. We've got some, we've got some throws, and we try to make everyone. What's the future for your aesthetic business? I mean, where are you heading to?
I would like to be able to offer what I offer to people around South Africa. I've already been doing online consultations, so giving people a taste of what I do. And it just gives them that sort of comfort of being one-on-one with them and explaining everything. So hopefully opening up franchises in and around South Africa.
Wow. And Christine, for you as a young engineer, also a model, did we mention that?
I know.
We did not. She's a model. Now,
I'd like to beg to differ.
now, don't do that. Like you go from being insecure in college. Oh, well, you're still in college, right?
Yeah.
But you're insecure, and then suddenly now you are so confident that you go into the modeling field. And models are different things. You're modeling for Aishwarya, you're doing all of these things. That confidence has come all because you've treated yourself externally, but also internally, right?
Yes.
That's you can't have one without the other.
No, you cannot.
And can you? And I just want you to kind of look into the camera. And if there's a young girl out there, or even a young man who's going through something right now with skin, I just want you to give them some advice from your heart, if that's all right.
So, what I would say is, listen to your inner voice, the part that tells you that you are worthy, you're worthy of love, you're worthy of success. And don't listen to people, especially what they tell you now, because in the next 5 years, it's not going to matter. You're going to be a completely different person. And you shouldn't let something like your skin control your life and stop you from going out and trying new things and trying to achieve different things. So don't ever let that get in the way of what you want to accomplish in life.
Wow. Great advice. And where do you see yourself in the future? What are your dreams? What are your ambitions?
So I enjoy trying different things like modeling, acting.
Me and Brandon will break some news right here. That Christine is gonna be one of the characters in our new movie, The Resurrection of Highway Sheila, and we actually signed off on that the day we met you. We went back to the office, and we're quite excited. And Brenda, I think she'd be great in the role. That we can't say too much about the role, but we think you're going to be great.
Thank you.
So trying new things is great. And,
So I don't want to limit myself to just one thing. Yes, I am studying to be an engineer, and yes, that is what I want my career to be focused on.
Yeah.
I would love to obtain my degree and then maybe even move out of Durban, because I know most job opportunities would be outside of Durban.
This is true.
So I would love to get my job, but still not give up on the other things that I want to try. I don't like being tied down to one thing. So I like to venture out. And for someone that has acne and anxiety issues and being crippled by it, I want to venture out now that I have the freedom to do so. So I want to try it.
It's such an interesting choice of words, crippled by it. And now you're kind of
Free.
you're free of that whole thing, right? And I think that's the reason we did the show. That's the reason why me and Brando signed off on it, because we're growing up in an age of social media and people comparing themselves to other people. Before, it used to be a little bit different because the only people you could actually look up to were like supermodels. But now everyone with the filters and all of these things, everyone is making you envy a lifestyle they probably don't even have. So we wanted to do this show to say, look, you know what, you can overcome not just acne, but anything that you're going through. It's possible. Depression, anxiety, all of these things. I mean, something about that as well. It is something that you got to learn that now. And I think schools should be teaching that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It should definitely be taught.
The world has changed so vastly.
Yeah.
But Tigers ain't going to help you with much. Obviously, you use it as an engineer. But you understand what I'm saying. You guys in the comments, don't come after me for the Tigers thing, right? But I think that it should be foundational. If it's not coming from home, it needs to start coming from school, you know.
definitely.
So it's one of those things. And with that, we are going to now try. I'm scared.
I'm scared too.
I am so scared.
Oh, wow.
If
Haven't
you
been
look at
scared
the
in a while.
size of my wing, you're very scared.
You're that bad.
You can handle hot food.
It ain't that
You're much
bad.
stronger than I am.
Yeah, than you, yeah. But
The last guest said it smelled like mushrooms. Drunk. So I'm not sure. Let's give her
Mine
extra
looks like I
dab.
have a lot of
Extra
hot
dab.
sauce.
Let's give her extra dab because she came late.
You just made it worse.
oh
Just
shit.
be careful. Okay, all right. Oh God.
Okay.
Someone say a prayer or something. Okay, when we're ready, guys, let's do it. Wow. It's tasty.
All right, good.
I know the sauce that you put in here.
I'm trying to be okay.
I'm
You
gonna
don't.
die.
I bet you don't.
It's the ramen sauce.
No. No way.
I can taste it.
It may taste like that, it's not.
Oh my god.
It may taste like that, it's not. There's actually a mixture of a lot of things.
Thought.
It's alright. It's got a nice thing to it. Brando?
Quite a nice thing, yeah.
I mean, you're not turning red yet,
Not yet.
so it should be alright.
Good
It's
flavor.
Oh, it's building.
It's
Oh,
yeah.
guys.
I know it's that sauce because
It's
that's how it
scaffolding.
works. Oh.
No, it's not. It's similar though. It's actually it's not a packet sauce.
It's hot.
It's a mixture of 4 ingredients actually.
Lord.
Bam bam baby. Bam bam. Okay, all right.
That's a proper bam now. That's the first proper bam.
That's
I've had all these.
that's a bam bam.
That's a bam.
If you want to order the bam bam sauce, Brenda will put up our website address and our email address so you can.
It's just burning.
I'm starting to sweat here. So you can order it and you can try it with your friends. If you don't have any friends, try it alone. If there's no friends, have a night out with yourself. Have a night out with yourself. Wow.
You just let the burn consume you.
Yeah, just give it a second. Let's give it a
It's
second.
not,
I
it's
have
just
a
getting
breakout
worse.
after this. You have to blame it.
It's okay. Aishwarya is offering free treatments to her best
Can I
friend.
have a tissue, please?
You get tissue.
Yes.
Brendo, can you get some tissue, please, sir? Thank you.
Thank you.
It's getting crazy, you know. It's so crazy, I can't even think of another question.
We'll wait
Okay.
in a few seconds.
Okay. All right. Let's calm down, Rish.
I'm not
I'm
okay.
calling myself going down.
I'm not okay at all.
Are you alright? Are you okay? It's hot.
It's
huh?
hot.
It's so nice. So nice. Brendo, I see how you're vetting guests now. You're vetting guests by the way they look, which is ridiculous. Because like you only bring cute people in here. The last guy was great looking. These girls are great looking. What's up? How are we vetting these people, Brendo?
Good looking people attract good looking people.
Wow. How's that one? Well, girls, ladies, thank you so much for being on Hot Bites with Alex Seth and Brando. We appreciate you. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We know time is money. And I think what you guys have delivered here today is excellent and it's going to help a lot of people. So Aishwarya and Christine, just like the horror movie, thank you so much. I want you guys to subscribe to our channel because that's the only way we get paid. You know, Brando likes money and we need to make some of that. You know what I mean? But before we go, both young ladies are going to look into the camera and tell us a little bit about their business. Look in that camera. And it's going to tell us a little bit about their business, a little bit about what's up next for them. And this is their moment. Her mouth's on fire. That's how we do it. Aishwarya.
Okay, so I am the owner of AR Aesthetics and I offer specialized skincare treatments and I'm with a skincare doctor as well. I can't
Where
speak
can
more
they
than
find you?
At Amshlanga 250 Amshlanga Rocks Drive, the square.
What's your number?
It's 068 131 0997.
This is really the bad. We are struggling. This is really wow.
I lost my words.
I'm trying to keep my composure.
I'm trying to
I'm trying to
be.
keep my composure here. Christine, look into the camera. Let us know what's up next. Where, as a model, as an entertainer, where people can find you. Your Instagram handle. You didn't give your Instagram handle.
Oh, yes, mine's. It's AR Aesthetics.
Hi guys, you can find me on Instagram. My name's Christine Naidoo, and I'm also the co-founder and formulator of My Roots hair oil. If you don't know, I also suffered with balding of my hair, and thanks to my oil, it has now been improved a lot. So you can find my product on Instagram as well. You can search for My Roots hair oil.
Wait. We can't end there. Wait, we cannot end there. Let's talk about the oil for a second.
Oh.
Like, you're suffering from acne and then you're going bald too? What is this?
Okay, so funny.
Sorry to be insensitive with that.
Funny story.
I'm just joking. Yep.
I was not bald because of any genetic or hormonal reason.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, like not a kid, but when I was a
Wait,
kid.
yesterday.
No.
Okay.
Okay, yes, I'm still a kid.
Yeah,
but,
yesterday.
So when I was younger, I was very fascinated with just experimenting with new things and whatever. So I took this roller brush, the round one, and I was playing with my hair and looking in the mirror, and oops, it got stuck. So I got stuck to the root of the front of my hair, and I had to go to a hairdresser and get it removed because it wasn't coming out. She had to cut off all of my hair. It damaged so many of my hair follicles at the front that
Really?
yeah, so like
Is
throughout
that a
high
thing?
school, yes, it damaged so much of my hair follicles. So throughout high school, I had like these bald patches at the front of my hairline.
Because of that situation.
Yes, and it was horrible. I tried so many different products. Eventually, I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. I need to go and research this and make something for myself that specifically for my concerns. Which wasn't just the balding, it was also my hair would never grow out like this long. It would just never grow this long. Yeah, it would be like
And there was nothing on the market that was
nothing. I've
tailor-made
tried
for.
everything. I've tried, well, you won't know any of these things, but I've tried placenta, I've tried Bayram.
Of course I know what placenta is.
I've tried all of these things.
I come from some of that. We all do.
Yeah, but I've tried everything on the market that I could have possibly used, and nothing worked. And I'm a very religious person about my skincare, my hair, so I've tried it for long enough to know whether it works or not. I didn't just try it and expect it to work overnight.
Yeah.
So I went and I researched, I formulated something, and it was working, but it still wasn't good enough. So then I kept improving the formula until I got it, and I just got it. And then I was like, this is perfect. I used it for like around 2 years. She used it. My family and my friends used it.
I noticed it immediately. When I saw you, I was like, what are you using?
Yeah. I also had
So,
a similar issue.
my boyfriend actually, he said to me, he's like,
Shame. Getting mentioned a lot today. Before she left the house, he was like, hey, you let them know.
I can't wait for him to see this.
yeah, he was like, you have this amazing product. Why don't you put it out on the market? You can help more people that are going through what you go through.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's not a bad idea. So we both got together, we started this partnership, and we put the product out on the market. So it's not just to sell you a bottle of dreams or whatever.
It's something
solely to help you, because I resonate so much with people that cannot find something that works for their hair.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I respect that. You saying you're going through something similar.
Very similar. So it's just a type of hair loss where it's called alopecia.
Yeah.
So it's just
What Will's wife has?
This is
I'm not getting slapped
Yeah.
here today. Let's keep calm. Yeah.
So it's just around this area, and then she gave me a sample to try when she created this hair oil.
one of my guinea pigs.
Yeah, one of her guinea pigs, and then I tried it for about 2 months, and I think that was the only thing that actually helped me, because just like her, I've also tried almost everything. I've just had an issue growing up. I always had thin hair. My hair wouldn't grow as long. My hair was always just thin and falling. My hair would fall quite often. So that her oil really helped me.
Isn't it amazing how you're healing each other?
Yeah.
You know, I always say this, and Brenda always say this to you, the universe makes no mistakes. And what I'm listening to here is a synergy that's so symbiotic. Look at me using big words. It's a symbiotic relationship where it seems like you guys were meant to find each other, and you guys are gifts to each other, which I think is completely amazing.
Yeah.
Completely amazing. Tell them where they can find the soil. How can they buy it?
So you can DM us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is called myroots_hair oil. You can just send us a direct message and we'll get back to you. we offer delivery as well, or we can you can pick up from us alternatively.
And obviously, Aishwarya stocks it
Yes.
in her place. So, guys, there's so much to learn here. If you've got a hair problem, if you've got acne, if you've got self-confidence problems, she can help you out.
Yeah.
Just to talk. So it's been great to have these young ladies here today. And Brando, you've been great as usual. Brando will put his little video up, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who's tuned in today. And I keep saying it: subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Subscribe, blah, blah, blah.
The Babsels talking. Go on.
Subscribe. Just do that. Just do it for me, and we'll be okay. And we'll see. The next guest we have is going to be so interesting. 1.8 million followers he has on his social accounts, and we are so excited to bring him. I'm not going to mention his name just yet, but that's our next episode. Stay tuned. Bam, bam, baby.